And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a slightly delayed episode of Blockchain Talks. Now, in today's episode, I'm going to refresh the page. Uh, as mentioned on the various Twitter tweets that I shared, we're going to talk a little bit about the state of the market. As you guys can see, currently on this 10th of December 2021, market has turned bloody red. So we're going to analyze the state of the market. I'll also be talking a little bit about certain pointers on what we can expect future-wise. I'm also going to talk a little bit about, well, a few alternative mining methods. A dedicated thread on Twitter has been made some time ago, but whereby you can mine coins on the cheap, decent coins, which you can actually exchange or swap. And I'm not talking about DeFi swapping. I'm really talking about exchanging, trading for decent, higher value tokens or coins on the long run, and well, with which you can make a decent profit, and well, in general, have a good trading start with. Now, let's talk a little bit about the market. You guys see I'm regularly updating here. Now, to know what the market is doing, well, as you guys can see, it's turned bloody red. Almost everything's in red with few exceptions like USD coin, but yeah, that's a stable coin. But as you can see, anything went down. Now, as you guys can see, the trend is at overall over the entire market. Now let's zoom in. We're going to look at the biggest and most important coin, Bitcoin. Now, as you can see, 24-hour trading chart. We're here in Belgium. It's about noon, so it crashed down early yesterday evening, and well, a lot of volatility is going on, but remained relatively stable at around, let's say, well, slightly above the 48,000, 48K level, a bit like this. So we are more or less on spot. Now, naturally, for trading, I always say start zooming out. As you guys can see, 7-day average, well, we're actually going sideways. It's relatively stable. Was a little uptick, but now going down again. Little bounce here, back up. So support level seems to be at 47.5K. Height, well, trading range somewhere near the 50K. So that's a high level of resistance we're trading in. Let's zoom out. As you can tell, 2 weeks ago we had a sudden crash from quite some nice highs from the 57K range downward suddenly towards, well, the current support level. You guys might be asking what occurred, what happened, etc., etc. Now, people who follow my channel and people who follow me on social media might have noticed that I said, well, something big is about to occur. I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know where, but I know something is going to occur. By reason, well, I follow a variety of channels on Twitter. I'm going to open one up. Let's see here. Mainly, what was the account name again? Whale Alert, for example. And Whale Alert is one of those accounts which indicates, well, a certain big amount of coins is being moved on the blockchain. And a few days before, well, I noticed something akin to this in a few minutes' time. I saw a lot of Bitcoin being moved from unknown wallet to unknown wallet to Binance to Coinbase, etc., but really short after each other. So I expected something to occur, and well, as you can see, I believe I made a prediction here somewhere. I know it was early December where I said, look, it's early December. I know institutional investors are going to make a move. I don't know what kind of move, but expect something to occur. And well, their move was probably taking profit and doing a major sell-off, which made the market crash towards here. How do I know it was a major sell-off? Well, by reason the whale alert. If you guys search my Twitter, you might see that I said something along these lines, but if you zoomed in on the whale alert, might see a lot of movement from, well, on the blockchain, from Bitcoin, from an unknown wallet towards a variety of exchanges or exchange-related wallets. Um, I didn't think all too much of it, and I've got to admit I myself was a little bit surprised by the flash crash which occurred here. I was expecting a more, well, reasonable bearish trend, something like I'm showing here, not the drastic one, but if I were to sign it, follow my cursor, more like this. So at this point, we're at level. Why this flash crash? Well, it occurred, it was the last Friday of the month, November, and we entered the last month of 2021. So I knew something was bound to happen. So this explains the flash crash. Now, naturally, it's more important to look future wise. As you can see, if we start zooming out on the monthly, it was in decline. This was actually a little foreboding and telling us from, guys, watch out, something is bound to happen. Okay, this is an all-time high, but if you look at the 90, yeah, start zooming out, well, it becomes fairly obvious. Now, what to expect from the market short term? For that, I'm going to zoom in once again towards the 14-day and 7-day. What do we see here? Well, as you could tell, in about a week ago, slightly more, I'm going to zoom out once again, there was a little bit of an accumulation phase, something I already mentioned in a previous episode of Blockchain Talk. By reason, I saw a lot of volatility here, but the market remaining relatively stable at certain levels, as you can see here and here. So sudden buy on and sudden sell-offs. As you can see here, even in the last 14 days, or better yet, in the last 7 days, you see we are relatively stable. It means the market is going sideways. People do not know what to expect. What shall we expect? Well, at this point in time, I've seen a variety of bullish signals playing out. Michael Saylor having bought an additional, I believe, 1,400. No, it was not 1,400 Bitcoin. It's way too much, sorry. But having bought additional Bitcoin, great quantity, which hasn't been translated into this chart yet. Other great news, and I'm going to show you guys this one. This is from CryptoQuant, a little chart here. I need to sign in here anyways, but this is clear enough. These are all the Bitcoin available on exchanges. You need to follow the blue line. As you could tell, January 21 was a little bit of a break even. Value increase, little decline. Here was a sudden major sell-off, as can be evidenced by a crashing of the value, but an increase of Bitcoin available on the exchanges. What do we see here? Well, everything got bought up, price started to increase once again. And since the last couple of months, since September, last 2 months approximately, the amount of Bitcoin available on exchanges has been going down tremendously. So everyone is buying up the dip. Now, what do we see here? Well, this is the current period, 9th of December. We are at about 47K, 48K, depending on which chart you are looking at. And, well, as you can see, there's a major sell-off. Price has been crushed. By reason, well, someone has been selling his Bitcoin. Someone has been taking profit. I believe some of these upticks will still occur. Anyway, what does this mean? Well, as there's less Bitcoin to go around on the exchanges, it implies there's a scarcity of Bitcoin going rounds, which imply on the long term, we might see something like this movement, the black movement, occur once again. By reason, well, people want Bitcoin, it's in demand, and starting from a certain point of time, if everyone has bought up the dip and the demand still persists, well, its value will go up as exchanges will need to sell at higher prices in order to filter a little bit about the investors. You will be needing more money in order to get your hands on the asset. So this is actually a very, very strong bullish signal. The only reason why it crashed down a little bit more is due to this sell-off, but as you can see, value was increasing in the short term, and with a few ones taking profit here. So what you might expect? Well, if we apply the same technical analysis we use on the value chart, well, you might see this is a bearish signal where it concerns the reserves of Bitcoin on all exchanges. Meaning, well, on the short term, this black one will go back up tremendously. So especially if the blue line keeps on dipping further on. Plain and simply put. There we go. Now let's talk a little bit about something else here. Now you guys know that I'm an educator, and as promised in the Twitter tweet, well, and as you can see, got you guys here on screen, I want to talk a little bit about crypto mining. I'm going to be following the tweet here as laid out, making myself things easier. Nothing is scripted here, and well, this gives me a little bit peace of mind. So in my crypto mining, I lay down a variety of successful mining strategies, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, I've got to admit, shilling here a little bit about my courses on cryptocurrency. This was the initial tweet which sparked it, while ASIC mining helps tremendously. Those are really mining basics. It's more or less a comment I made where it concerns the advantage of GPU mining against ASIC mining and why proof of stake is worse than ASIC, as you can tell here. Now, that on the side, this is going to be an educational treat. Why I'm going to lay down some foundations and give a few examples of easy to mine coins anyone can do by making use of 2 or 3 free programs or doing a minimal investment in mining hardware or software. It's great for students to start with, so let us begin. So as I said, how to set up profitability calculation. So everything I'm talking about here is to be found in my crypto mining course, available on Gumroad. A little rundown here. If you're interested in what is being talked about, it's got a 5-star rating. Little video giving you an introduction with examples, what you can find in the course itself. Crypto mining actually makes part of my ultimate guide to cryptocurrency course, where I talk about a lot more subjects. I lay down the fundamentals, answer questions, give examples of a few good and bad tokens in my second book, In Focus. I talk about crypto mining as indicated here. I talk about DeFi, so decentralized finance, laying down foundations, its basics, how it operates, and NFTs. Probably in the future, I'm going to include my crypto bull, which is all about trading. Anyway, that's enough marketing talk for my courses. Do check them out. Great value, and as you can see, they're all quite nicely rated. Anyway, let us begin. So alternatives to mining. There exist different mining algorithms apart from the very well-known CPU, GPU, and ASIC mining in crypto. What's the difference, CPU, GPU, and ASIC mining? Well, for that, you will be using processing power of your computer in these cases. It's different from proof of stake mining. By reason with proof of stake, you are going to risk a certain amount of coins. You'll need to stake them, so put them in some sort of savings account, which gives you validator or well, administrational rights on the blockchain. Proof of stake is fairly green if I were to address the misconception of energy consumption in mining. The CPU, GPU, and ASIC mining, well, it makes use of hardware computers. So on that account, okay, not all too bad. So the basic here is that it still relies on processing power. Anyway, let's continue. Classic idea of now, whereby you need dedicated systems and rigs to start mining. More advanced crypthusiasts will learn about cloud mining, strategy, blah, blah. So I continue here by saying, look, the traditional mining systems require processing power, need computers. It's the basic of any decent working blockchain, of any decent decentralized network. No qualms about it. What I'm going to share here are variations. By reason, well, with classic blockchain systems, which use CPU, GPU, and ASIC mining, well, you need dedicated hardware, dedicated mining rigs. Mining rigs which cost easily upwards in the thousands or hundreds of euros or US dollars or whatever currency you pay with in your country of origin. Now, what I'm proposing here are alternatives, alternative systems, and that's what I'm mentioning here. Classic idea of mining whereby you need dedicated systems to start mining. Now, other mining strategies exist. That's to be, well, to give a complete overview of what exists, mainly cloud mining. I talk about it in my crypto mining course, and I'm going to be bluntly honest and lift a bit of the veil. I'm not all too positive about it in my crypto mining course. By reason, cloud mining opens up a whole plethora of risks. Mainly, you will be buying hashing power from a platform, a provider, through smart contracts and contract related issues. However, if the market is crashing, as it does today and has been doing since the last couple of days, these contracts can be lifted up one-sidedly, mainly from the platform itself. By reason, with cloud mining, everything depends on the profitability of the coin itself. If the coin suddenly crashes in value and the platform has multiple mining rigs which are running, it might say, look, the costs of mining, of letting our hardware run, are more expensive than the amount of coins we mine for you guys and we take a part for our profit. Well, we're going to block the contract and say, okay, it's finished. So that's one of the risks of cloud mining. Another risk with cloud mining is there doesn't exist many trustful cloud mining companies. They are very few and far in between. There aren't many, and there are even many cloud mining companies which are, well, obvious scams, whereby you go enter a contract with them, you do your payments, and the first couple of weeks everything's fine, and then suddenly when you try to withdraw your profit, it suddenly blocks off, and well, it doesn't work, and you don't have any profit, but you paid everything for them. So those kind of scams. So always watch out with cloud mining. It's one of the reasons why I'm not too big of a fan. So I continue and say, well, simpler methods exist. Which ones? Well, alternative mining algorithm or protocols. I started off with a very easy one, and this might sound a little bit like, oh, sorry, shilling. I've repeated it multiple times on my social media, but I mine Banano coin. What is Banano coin or Banano? Banano is actually a fork from Nano, which is also a cryptocurrency. Now, why do I harp or shill, would some say, this coin? Well, by reason that it is very easy to mine. It makes use of CPU and GPU processing power. However, its setup is entirely different, which I'm going to show you guys now. So I'm going to enter the website here. And what is it? Well, I'm going to scroll down a little bit. I believe there was a FAQ. So yeah, what is this? So with Banano Miner, instead of running arbitrary calculations to mine a cryptocurrency, your computer runs protein fold simulations through folding at home to help scientists around the world fight diseases such as Alzheimer's, cancer, Parkinson's, or COVID even. As a result of your contribution, you get rewarded in Banano. So what are you doing? Well, you need to download a software program called Folding at Home. That is where a special program whereby you dedicate a certain amount of your processing power of your computer or computers, home systems, to helping scientists, well, fold proteins. Now, I've got Folding at Home running here, and I'm actively mining Banano here. So what does it do? Well, it's using my computer power here to fold proteins. I try to click on Viewer. There we go. Come on. Yeah, technically he will give you a little image here of what he's folding. He's connected, loading. There we go. Movements. And normally he gives a little image here. I'm going to close it down. Now you see here, name and team. These two aspects are very important. By reason? Well, first you need to create a Banano wallet. It's a cryptocurrency wallet whereby you can receive your Banano. And what do? Well, you create a wallet and put it in here. and then you click on Start Now. And then you receive what you've seen here on the viewer, your name tag and a team tag. The team tag needs to be filled in the Folding at Home client, as well as the owner of the address, so your name. You can see here, that's my name, and that's the team I'm in. You fill it in, and you start running it. Now, because you filled it in on this website, your Banano address is automatically linked. And behind it is a little credit system. And starting from a certain amount of points, you get to earn a certain amount of Banano. How much? Well, it all depends on, naturally, this one down, on the project that is running and how much processing power you have dedicated. I leave it always on medium and leave it idle on the background. As a result, you earn Banano. Going back to my treat here. Now, I'm going to repeat it here in a nutshell. For Banano Code, you need to download Folding at Home, download your Helium wallet, receive Ethereum and alias, which need to be input from into the Folding at Home software and Presto. And here is the main reason. If you are a student or do not have budget to mine Bitcoin, Ethereum, or other coins, do this method. By reason, well, it enables you to amass a low-cap coin, Banano. It can easily be traded for Nano, which in turn enables you to exchange it for more valuable coins and tokens. So you are basically mining on the cheap with existing hardware. As you guys have seen, this thing is running idly while I'm doing my live stream. I'm not using any surplus energy. It's merely using more dedicated processing power from my computer. My energy use might be slightly higher up, but since I'm working on a computer, it isn't all that bad. By reason, I can be gaming, doing live streams, etc. But on the passive side, I'm mining a cryptocurrency. With that, I might say that my mining is more or less free. Now, if you are a student and you are in a dorm room with electricity, internet connection, download the Folding at Home, do this one, and you are actually mining on the cheap. Now, what is the payout? Here's an example. This is from my private wallet. I've been mining for several months now. I believe I started in August somewhere. This is the amount of Banano I amassed. I must admit there were a few giveaways I've done, like I believe it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. I gave away 1,000 Banano. And as you can tell, this is approximately the rewards you will be getting. It varies between about 10 Banano up until 20, 30, or even 40 Banano a day or twice a day. So that's a little bit your payout. But if you amass it and be consequent, you can earn quite a nice amount. Might not surely say, okay, but how will I trade it? Well, on the website itself here, I need to look it up. How do I start folding? Okay, isn't indicated anymore. Normally, Banano you can trade on a variety of exchanges immediately for Nano. I know there's a dedicated exchange here. I'm not going to look into it because I want to keep these things quite short. But you can easily swap it for Nano, which is a more renowned coin with a higher value. And in turn, you can swap it for Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc., etc. So with this, I'm giving away, well, free money, so to tell. Now, let's continue because, okay, a little bit chilling for my crypto bull course here on trading. It comes in line with the mining itself. By reason, well, as you can see, I've got about 200 euros approximately in Banano value, which now I can use to start trading. If I follow the rules, which I do from my crypto bull, well, I know I can make an easy profit. So to continue, I'm going to give a few other examples here. Another example, for example, is Helium. This one operates on proof of storage or proof of space-time. Why do I highlight this? Well, this is another example I want to highlight for an alternative mining method. Now, Banano still makes use of CPU and GPU processing power, so it will make use of special processing power. Helium has another consensus protocol, meaning you can still use your existing hardware, well, equipment, your computers, your laptops, or even tablets. But because it makes use of proof of storage, What you will need to do is not dedicate processing power, but data, or, well, a place where it can store items. Um, so, like you mentioned here, basically, are you dedicating storage power to the network, and in return, do you earn Shia coin? Continue. Um, Continue by saying it's slightly more expensive as your system needs to be run 24/7 and have dedicated space available. More technical to set up than the aforementioned Banana coin. By reason with Banano, well, I only had to download a client, fill in a wallet address, give in my name, team member name on the Falling at Home software, and I started mining. With Kia coin, well, there's an entire treat, a little rundown here on how to do so. Don't skip it. Sorry. On the cheap and can be found in the following link quoted. So I start with the premise of saying you can still use your classic computer or laptop and dedicate some storage space towards the network and earn Kia coin in return. I know other alternatives exist, like Filecoin. I believe it's also based on proof of storage. Now, I make mention here of, if you want to go more advanced and techy while pushing down electricity costs, I suggest investing in a Raspberry Pi with external storage to farm it. Why? Well, what is a Raspberry Pi? A Raspberry Pi is nothing more than a small supercomputer. It's a little cheap computer. It costs about, I believe it was $50 in price. It's nothing more than a little graphic card you have with a variety of functions integrated in it. Why do I say so? Well, the Raspberry Pi does nothing more than run an operating system, very, very basic, for low amperage. So you do not need a dedicated, expensive computer of several hundreds or thousands of dollars or euros. Take the small Raspberry Pi, $50. You put in, well, external storage, hard disk drive. For example, I've got a 1 tera drive here. You connect it, you run the operating system, you follow the guidelines as indicated here, how to farm Kia coin. You do the setup, how to run the node, etc., etc., etc. You set it up, and you leave your Raspberry Pi running. Because it isn't a dedicated computer with special cooling systems, with dedicated hardware, etc., 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 well, it uses a lot less energy. You simply plug it in into your outlets, and you keep on running. You dedicate a hardware storage, and you've got yourself a little Kia coin farm. Quite easy. Rough estimate of the setup. If you take the Raspberry Pi, that's about $50 in expenses you need to do. And depending on the hardware drive, if you say I'm going to go for 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte, I believe it's also depending on the country of origin where you live, varies between, I believe it was also $50 or euros up until 100 or 200, depending on the storage on the hard disk drive you are buying, the quality and the amount of space available. So for about $100 or $200 at max, you've got yourself a coin you can farm, which can be easily traded for higher value coins on the long run, as long as you amass. So cheap option, sounds very good. So continue by saying here why the Raspberry Pi. So like I said, small computer which won't use as much energy as your home computer or laptop, and programmable from the ground up, and gives you a cheap option, minimal investment to mine Kia coin. Like I said, the Raspberry Pi is about €50 or dollars. Additional hard disk drives also between 50 to 100. Total price estimate $200, something you can more or less easily miss, but you can get high returns, well, as a result. Now, this is one I'm invested in. More expensive, we are nearing the GPU mining rigs. However, this one's more special and actually more cost efficient. I'm talking about the cryptocurrency called Helium. And it's like I said here, if you have about 500 to 600 USD or euro to spare, there is another coin with alternative mining means, which is Helium. Helium makes use of proof of coverage. So it doesn't need a CPU, GPU, or well, processing power in general. Why? Well, what you're doing is buying a small, well, radio emitter. That radio emitter makes part of the Helium network. All you need to do is buy the emitter, connect it with your internet router. It can be done wireless or by cable. Mine at home here is wireless. You connect it, download the wallet, follow the instructions, and it starts mining. Very easy setup. Only costs 500 to 600 USD coins. So, like I said, how so? You need to do a one-time investment in a miner with extremely low energy demand, about 6 watts an hour. For comparison, regular light bulb uses 60 watt an hour. So, meaning it doesn't use all too much electricity. It's something which is functioning passively. Like I said, you need to do is connect to your internet router and place a decent height for maximum coverage. And then, well, let's do the rundown here. So I've got this one here, as seen on screen, not the other ones. Kind of crypto miner by installing simple device on your office window. That's it, seriously. And well, you're basically creating a hotspot. That's all there is to it. And you are mining cryptocurrency with it. Which cryptocurrency? Mainly, well, Helium. And that's about it. It's a one-time investment of 500 to 600 euros. You buy it, you place it, you connect everything, and presto, you're in. So that's the rundown. And to get an idea of returns, was made on 7th of December, earned about 1.35 Helium at average. Price, yeah, more or less 36 USD dollars. No, it's more. I'm currently at about $40 on about 2 weeks' time. Not all too bad. I know if there's a continuity, if the bull run continues, I might make higher profits, and I expect somewhere next year, within the following 3 to 4 months, I might have re-earned my Helium miner again, and I'm doing pure profit from that point on. Now I end up here with saying, if you want to amass some crypto on the cheap, that's a freebie. Nano, the other one I talked about earlier with Banano, etc., still has active faucets. I make use of them myself regularly. Can be found on nanofaucet.org, freenanofaucet.com, and nanodrop.io. What do you need to do? I'm going to show you guys. Enter your wallet address here. I'm going to take this one. There we go. So that's my Nano address. Click I'm not a robot. Fill in actually these queries. Send Nano. Sending, checking proxies. And there we go. It has been sent. That easy to use. It is a factual Nano drop. Naturally, it says here, sending please wait, checking proxies. No reason to worry. Those are still active faucets. I will be receiving it within a few minutes time. Make use of them and, well, profit from it. So these were a few means to get some cryptocurrency on the cheap. How to mine them on the cheap for almost free. How to get some free cryptocurrency whereby and with which you can start trading. So with this, I want to end this live stream. Thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you in the next episode. If you like this video, please share, like, subscribe. You know the drill with all YouTube influencers and talkers here. If there's something you want to ask me, drop a comment down below or send me a DM to my social media. With that, I'm going to end the broadcast. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Hope you guys learned something new or picked up something which might help you on your cryptocurrency journey. Up until next time, bye.